In everything of importance we have ever done or will ever do, there are always at least three things: risk, commitment, and hope. Risk that we aren't good enough, strong enough, or smart enough to make our dreams become our future. Commitment to the efforts needed to make our dreams happen and to live them without our heads to our pillows. And hope that our dreams are worthy dreams, that we can be strong enough to see them to the end. But what is a dream? How will we know what to do? When to act? How will we know if our dream is noble and worthy? When it comes down to it, we all fight fears, battle anxieties, and doubt our abilities, and it is hard to trust yourself and believe in yourself and believe that you are right and that you will succeed. But it is that difficulty that marks the worthy goals, the goals that require you to fight the risk, to own your commitment, and to protect your hope. And these true goals will reward you much more than any whim ever will or can. The risk in something is the chance that you will not succeed, that you are weak, or most importantly, that you are wrong about your goal. So far, I've been using goal and dream nearly interchangeably, and I use them this way because to have a goal, you first must have a dream. A beautiful dream, a dream that leaves you in awe, a dream that is worth the risk. But some dreams are not what they appear. Some dreams turn into nightmares, and the risk of nightmares often keeps us afraid to let ourselves dream because the risk that we will get hurt scares us enough to let ourselves continue living without ever truly dreaming. And if you never have the courage to let yourself ever truly dream, then you will never have a truly remarkable goal. Risk is a part of daily life. A nicer version of it is called chance. Have you ever heard someone say, "What are the chances of that happening?" It sounds innocent. Chance seems like any other word when people say it. But if you were to say the risks are too high, then that admits fear. And that act of admitting fear is the cradle of fear itself. But until you admit that the fear exists, you will never be able to fight it. And until you admit that there are risks, you will never be able to beat them. And if you give up on your dreams because you say, "What are the chances of that happening?" I want you to know that the chance that you were even conceived, that you survived birth, that you lived long enough to hear me say this is hundreds and hundreds of millions, if not billions to one. To your one. Your life is one out of billions. And if you give up on a dream because you're afraid of the risk, then you've wasted an even rarer gift. But just because it's a gift doesn't mean the rest is free. And that's where commitment comes in. Because if you admit your fear and wait to act, then the fear will consume you until it's nearly impossible to act in the first place. You only have to say yes once, but it's whether you say yes I will, or yes I will another day that determines it. And it isn't over once you start. Commitment is forever. Commitment is not quitting on what you believe in or who you love. Commitment is the ability to admit you are weak and to see it through to the end anyways. To know it will be hard, but to trust it will work out. To say I was wrong or I'm sorry. To accept an apology. To learn to forgive yourself. You can't reach goals for yourself if you don't believe you deserve them. Understand you have to work for things, and the best things in life don't always come and sit in your lap on their own. But if an opportunity does come and sit in your lap, you should never pass it up. Take your blessings where you can, just make sure you don't ever settle for less. And if one way doesn't work out, you will find another way to reach your goals. Personally, I have eosinophilic esophagitis, a somewhat rare disorder which, while it isn't immediately life-threatening in my case, it's kept me out of classes I should be in and sports I should be playing because I was simply in too much pain to leave my house. Life sucked, but it hasn't been all bad. I've met some of the most amazing people because of it, people with such strong wills, such pure hearts, and an incredible resolve to live, to thrive, and defy their very genetics. But how did they know what to do? How did they know when to act? Honestly, none of them nor I knew what to do. It wasn't a choice to act. Time wasn't a luxury. Our health wasn't something we wanted. It was something we needed. So we went out and we got it. Strength can come when you least expect it, when it's the last thing you have, and when it's your only option. But that is in no means to say that true strength comes from anger and pain. Reaching a goal will be hard, but there will be good times, because even the worst storms have an eye, and true strength comes in those calm moments. When you look all around yourself and you see the storm approaching, not even knowing which direction it will come from, but only that it will come, and that you are afraid, that is when strength forms. But for your strength to be true, you must be calm, and to be calm, you must look at things from another angle. And when you're in that eye of the storm, realize that you can always look up to the sunny sky, because in that moment you realize that the storm is no longer above you. And right now I want you to look up towards the sky, to close your eyes, and to open your mouth. Breathe in. Slower, slower still. Feel the breath dry your lips. Focus on the cool air on the back of your throat. Collect it all until your lungs feel like they will burst, and hold it in. Don't let go yet. Okay, now slowly exhale, not out of your nose. Close your mouth and open your eyes and look back at your storm. In that moment you just had, did you once think about your storm? Did you feel the calm? That calm, that peace of mind, that is where you will find your strength. That is where you will find your answers, because right now you feel good. You feel strong and you realize that you've passed through the storm once and you can do it most definitely again. And if the strength to move on is your shield, then the hope to keep trying is your sword. Strength will keep you going, but hope lets you cut your own path. Hope lets you use your strength to dream big and to set outrageous goals, but goals that can be done. Hope gives you a reason to need your strength because hope spawns courage, courage breeds dreamers, and dreamers create truly remarkable goals. And until it is impossible for that dreamer to reach their goal, they will never stop. However, some do stop here because they assume that a goal that causes them pain is not noble and worthy. They forget that most things in life worth doing are difficult in nature, and that difficulty and pain go hand in hand. A worthy goal throws you to the wall, tests your resolves and desires to achieve it. A worthy goal judges you as you judge it, and only the noblest of hearts can achieve noble goals. We cannot hope to avoid pain because that is hoping to fail. We can only hope to grow stronger and wiser and to learn from pain. And how will you know if your dream is noble and worthy? Well, until you get into it, you probably won't know. You must have hope in your goal and trust in your judgment, and when things get hard, you have to not only hope, but now believe that your dream has not become a nightmare, but only an emeralda, ruby, a diamond in the rough. And while this uncut gem may be misleading, it may look dirty and impure, trust yourself, because deep down you know it is good and beautiful, and it is still a goal worth realizing. And this goal is special and worth it for the same reasons you are worth it, because it's unique, and because opportunity rarely comes twice. So go out and show the world just how incredible and special you really are. Look at your hands and look at your fingerprints. Your fingerprints are the one thing that cannot be mistaken for anybody else. Your fingerprints are your mark. They are proof enough in themselves that you are unique and special and beautiful, unlike anybody else in the world. That pattern of hills and valleys spiraling out before you is your signature on life. Nobody else can do it for you. You should not, cannot continue to sit back and fish for answers, hoping for a bite any longer, because emotions evolve, and your hope has evolved into determination, and you will raise your hand in the air and grab onto life and lay your fingerprint on the world and on your goal. You will mark out your future and reserve it for yourself and only you, because you are determined to no longer settle for less. You are determined to wake up from this dream and implement it. You are determined to concentrate your resolves and purpose, and you will succeed because you are unique. You are one out of billions, and you know that this is your opportunity to seize it, to hold it in your lungs, to admit your fears and commit to your hopes and dreams, and to tell yourself, to tell the world that there is nothing that will hold you back from turning this dream into a goal and living it. Because this is what you want, this is what you need, and this is what you decided for yourself all on your own, and you will not die quietly without leaving your mark on life, because it is never too late to have a truly remarkable dream.